Our 7th spot, Miss Idaho, Brandi Sherwood.
A former Miss Teen USA, Brandi is 26 years old and from Idaho Falls.
Our 8th spot. Now say hello to Miss Idaho. She's 26 years old, a model and aspiring actress. She enjoys skiing and spending time with her pal, Gizzy. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Idaho, Brandi Sherwood. I noticed in your video, Gizzy seems to be having a pretty good time. He has it good.
It's a girl. Giz is named after the gremlin Gizmo. And you don't want to leave your socks around with her. She waits for them, and so it's a tug of war for the socks. They end up in our backyard along with bras and panties and everything else in the house. So.
And in hot tubs, too.
Yeah, she likes the hot tub. She's tempted to jump in when we go in there, so.
Well, now, you're doing commercials, I'm told, right? What's the commercial that you just did?
Well, I did a commercial recently with an 80-year-old man. I was marrying him. It was really interesting because it was for the Washington Post, and we had met through the personals, and he wasn't an actor. The director was his grandfather, so he put him in there, so he had a really tough time kissing me. So he kept pecking me, and after a while, he really planted one on me, and he was so proud of himself. But the union rules are they have to have a trailer nearby for cardiac arrest, so they kept that close for him.
I can understand this. There's still hope for me. Please step right over to the scoring mark if you would. Brandi Sherwood, Miss Idaho. Miss Idaho, Brandi Sherwood. Miss Idaho. Our 2nd spot goes to Miss Idaho, Brandi Sherwood. Our 3rd spot, Miss Your Mark, and Miss Idaho, would you step forward? Please reach into the bowl. Pick your judge and your question. This is for judge number 3, Nick Lowry.
If you had a terminally ill relative who asked you to help him or her die, what would you do?
I think that would be one of the most difficult things to go through, and I feel if I was close enough to this person and loved them, I would respect their wishes. Fortunately, I haven't been in that situation, but I can understand the pain that people go through when they have a disease such as cancer or AIDS, so I would try and respect what they wanted. It's their choice, and I would try and let them know I love them and hopefully change their mind. Thank you.
Thank you, and hold your position while the judges go with you. All right, Miss Idaho, would you return to your spot? And Miss Tennessee, would you step down, please? Miss Tennessee, would you reach into the bowl? And Miss Idaho, Brandi Sherwood. Three sensational ladies. One of them will be the new Miss USA.
All right, that crowd is so near yet so far. And there's one more round of competition for those 3. Can you imagine what they're feeling now? Ugh. This is their last chance to impress the judges. And each girl knows that if she wins the title of Miss USA, it'll change her life. Let's go back to George for the final question.
This is it, ladies. The final question, your last round of competition, and your last opportunity to convince the judges that you should be the next Miss USA. Now, I'm going to ask each of you the same question, and you'll have 20 seconds in which to respond. To make sure the second and third delegates don't hear the question in advance, we'll ask them to wait in our soundproof booth. Now, if Miss Hawaii and Miss Idaho will proceed to the soundproof booth, you and I will step right over here. I want to be sure they're in there. Do you think they can hear us? Not anything? I don't see that they can. Hello, can you hear us? No, they can't hear us. Okay, here is the mark right there. Miss Idaho, this is not an easy question. Miss Universe has recently been the subject of a lot of press attention about her weight. If this happened to you, how would you handle it?
Well, I think it's difficult for any woman to handle weight fluctuations, and we all have to deal with that at certain times in our life. But I feel Miss Universe won for a certain reason. I saw the young woman compete who won, and she was amazing. She had an inner beauty that came through. You can look at someone to a point, but it's something that comes from inside, and that's the woman who won the title. And so I feel the children that meet with this woman, that's the person they love. It's not what she looks like, it's the inner beauty.
Thank you. Now, please step right over here to you, Mark. And now, the most difficult moment of the evening for our judges, their final vote. As each of our final three steps forward, the judges will vote for her as second runner-up, first runner-up, or the new Miss USA. Remember, this vote is based on the judge's overall impression of the delegate in the competition this evening, in addition to her answer to the final question. Judges, you are about to choose the young woman who you believe will be the best Miss USA. We begin with Miss Tennessee, Miss Idaho. Ladies and gentlemen, three fantastic young women. All of you.
I can't stand the suspense anymore. I want to know who's going to wear the crown.
You'll know, Marla, if you stay here. Now, just don't worry about it. In a few moments, we're going to get the answer.
Okay. Well, let's go away so we can come back fast.
Go away so we can come back fast? Y'all come back now, here? How's your mama now? Ladies, step down here without you two. Step right down here, please. We're about to reveal the name of the first runner-up and the new Miss USA, and we want to remind you of the importance of the first runner-up.
If Miss USA can't complete her reign for any reason, then our first runner-up will become Miss USA.
Ladies, this is the moment. Take a deep breath. The first runner-up is Miss Idaho, Brandi Sherwood. That means you are Miss USA, Miss Hawaii. You are the new Miss USA. The cash awards and the gifts are yours. And you'll represent our country at Miss Universe pageant this May. Now, please, where's the crown? Put it on her, Allie.